Hi everyone, I'm Pat Prokop. Today is Friday, June the 9th, and it's late afternoon, and the sky is clearing off across our region. Still seeing some of that smoke in the mid and upper layers of our atmosphere, and off to the northeast, well, things are getting a little bit better for them too. So let's take a look at the satellite imagery, and I want to show you something else coming up that I added to my web page about the air quality index. Now, first of all, let's take a look at the satellite imagery. And there you can see the sky is clearing in our area. There's a front across the northern portions of Florida, extreme south Georgia. That's the front that passed through last night that dumped some heavy rains across the mid portion of Savannah, particularly in and around the Hunter Army Airfield and just east of that region, where wind gust up to 61 miles per hour was measured at Hunter Army Airfield, and residents in and around that area and just to the east reporting marble-sized hail to almost quarter-size hail across that region. On the south side, I picked up about a third of an inch of rain out of that system. About an inch of rain, though, did fall across the mid-portion of Savannah. But right now, we're seeing the sky still has smoke in it. You can see the smoke over here in Michigan area, over into Indiana, Illinois, Ohio, and then some very thin traces of smoke across northern and central Georgia, South Carolina, streaming across into North Carolina and Virginia and off the Atlantic coast. But the source of this smoke is up here, up in eastern Ontario and western Quebec. And the fires are still burning out there, but it's hard to see because of the cloud cover right now. And there's another big fire burning out in western portions of Kansas, but that smoke is being trapped off to the north of us right now. Now, if you go to my website, you can look at my SavannahPat.name. If you scroll down and go down to the current conditions, in and around the Savannah area and so forth, I added on here the air quality index. Here it is right here. And if you click on that, it'll give you the monitor that is located in Savannah, Georgia. And for example, right now on Friday afternoon, the current air quality is at 63, which is pretty good value. Anything in the yellow or green is really not so bad at all. Once you start getting into the orange and the reds, things get really bad up in that area. And then in the purple and the magenta, it gets extremely bad. And you remember the other day in New York City, I think it was Wednesday, it was way up here at like 480. So, right now, their index is way much lower than that. It's actually down into the low yellows and the upper greens at this time. And you can click on the maps and so forth and go to see the national air quality index map, and there you have it, covering much of the eastern half of the country just about. But look at the northeast. They've been clearing out. The weather pattern is shifting somewhat from where it has been, and the leading edge of the smoke is way down into the northern portions of Florida. But that doesn't mean it's on the surface. That's in the mid and upper layers of the atmosphere. Here in Savannah, you can see some of the smoke way up high up in the sky at around sunrise and sunset, but during the day you can hardly detect it at all. So that's the good news. Let's look at the computer flow models, and this was the problem. You had the air flowing in this direction, coming down from those fires over in the eastern portions of Ontario, western Quebec, down across the Great Lakes states and flowing down into the northern portions of Georgia, and then Georgia and South Carolina, and then off the east, with the heaviest flow flowing and being trapped up in the northeast portion of the country. But that was yesterday and the day before. Now, if we go into today, right here is now, the pattern is shifting somewhat. As you can see, it's moved further eastward, where the winds now across the Great Lakes are coming in from central portions of Canada, where there's no major smoke there at all. And that's going to be clearing out our sky as well, two ways. The smoke will be pushed out and the clouds will be pushed out. Actually, I'm going to have a clear sky tonight. I'm going to open up a couple of the telescopes and take a peek at what's going on up there in the heavenly backyard, in the heavenly bodies. But meanwhile, while we got the hood up on the computer models, something else is developing over the weekend. First of all, we're going to have a westerly flow in the middle layers of the atmosphere, and that will really clean out the smoke and haze and the clouds across our area. Saturday, tomorrow, looks like a very nice day in our region. But let's go over here to the forecast models. And here you have the global forecast system, the main United States forecast model. And it's showing, excuse me, it's showing the sky clearing off, and then for Saturday, mostly sunny sky. And then for Sunday, some showers and thunderstorms developing, particularly late in the afternoon into the evening hours. And then going into basically all next week, there's going to be a chance for those afternoon showers and thunderstorms each and every day. Looks like the better chances for the middle portion of the week to the end of next week. But what's going on down over here, over in the Gulf of Mexico, and even further south into the Caribbean Sea? So let's take a look at the Western Atlantic. And, if you watched my video from yesterday, you noticed I was talking about what is going on with the GFS model and the tropics coming up for not next week, but the following week, 10 to 14 days, 10 to 15 days from now. And here's the forecast. This is for, where are we at? Middle of week of next week. This is Thursday and this is Friday. But look what happens over here on June 18th, Sunday. It shows a system developing in the central western Caribbean Sea, and it continues to ramp that up and push it through the Bay of or the Yucatan Straits, and then curving over Cuba, and then going into Florida, south of Florida, then off the Georgia coast as a hurricane. I mean, come on, this is like 15 days in advance right here, or actually it's 12, 13 days right here. But the other models are not really showing this. But if you look at something over here on the general forecast model, the GFS, the Global Forecast System, and these are the model data. This is from the runtime today, and there you can see it has the storm off the coast of southeast Florida on Wednesday, June 21st. Let's look back at some of these other models going back in time. Yesterday's model run showed it over in the western Gulf of Mexico at that same time period. If we go into Wednesday's model run right here, it had it over in the southern portions of the Mississippi area, Mississippi Valley into southern Louisiana, north central Gulf of Mexico there. And if you go back into, what was this? This was Wednesday. We'll go to Tuesday, right there. It has it over in the central Gulf of Mexico. And even back in Monday, it goes back right there. As a storm in the Caribbean Sea. So what's going on? Usually when the models are in bogus, they don't have the continuation of these storms developing and going through model run through model run through model run. But we're seeing that happening right now. So we're keeping an eye on that. However, the other models are not showing it. So let's, as a matter of fact, let's go into the Canadian Meteorological Center and go to the 12 Zulu today and show the forecast. It doesn't show anything going on. Of course, now these only go out to 240 hours. That's 10 days from now. So this is Monday, June 19th or Juneteenth, and it shows nothing out there whatsoever. Let's look at the famed ECMWF, the European model, and putting this into motion, we see again, well, basically nothing going on out there. So all the other models are saying nay, but I just want to bring this to your attention because if you see this on other YouTube channels or Facebook or Twitter or whatever you're watching, just keep that in mind. The one model might not actually be working correctly. I don't know. Usually you don't get these good forecasts. You don't get a good forecast out beyond 7 days. It used to be only 48 hours you had a good forecast, and then back in the early 2000s, the Hurricane Center went to a 5-day forecast or outlook, if you want to call it that. And then just this year, they've gone to a 7-day outlook. As a matter of fact, I think we can just take a peek at that right now. And of course, 7 days, it's not going to be showing anything there. If you go on my webpage down to Tropical Weather Outlook, and then scroll down just a little bit and click on the 7-day graphical tropical weather outlook. Again, shows nothing to worry about at this time. So I'm not really worried about this system, but I'll watch it for you. And if you want to keep it on taps, you can come to my website and take a look at it as well, see what's going on. But right now, it looks like it might just be something going, well, as I like to call it, bluey in the forecast models. However, we'll just have to keep an eye on it. All the other models are saying, nay, nothing going on, but the Global Forecast System or the U.S. model is saying, hey, keep your thumbs up on this one because you got to keep an eye on the system. So we'll keep an eye on it. But it's not for another, oh gosh, almost 2 weeks, 10 to 14 days before that system, if it does develop, would affect our region. Well, I want to look at something else. What's up in the sky right now? And let's take a look right here. Have you been noticing that super bright object up in the western sky in the evening hours? Well, that is known as the evening star. And when it appears in the evening, when it appears in the morning, it is known as the morning star. So what is the evening star? Well, when you take a closer look at it, actually, I did with the telescope, that's it right there. That's the way it looked on May 1st. I haven't been able to look at it lately because the sky has been filled with clouds. I'm going to try to look at it tonight. That's the planet Venus. And it shows phases like the moon. Right now, it's probably more crescent than gibbous, as it has passed its what we call western greatest elongation. So anyway, looking at the sky from stellarium, there it is, Venus. And if you look very carefully above, lower, upper left of Venus, you'll see a dim red object. That's the planet Mars. Mars is not very bright at all right now. You know, last year or a year and a half ago, it was super bright last spring. But right now, it is it's just a very dim reddish star-looking object up in the sky. Venus is going to be moving away from Mars over the next several weeks, and by it looks like about the middle to end of July, Venus will be out of the picture. It's going to start rapidly going toward the sunset sky over the next several weeks. So keep an eye on that. You'll see it getting lower and lower in the sky each and every night. It's still extremely bright. It's the third brightest object in the sky. Only thing brighter than Venus is the sun and the moon. Let's take a look at something else right now. Let's just go with this. The Heavenly Backyard Garden. There it is. I'll be doing some videos on this one pretty soon too. You notice I got a lot of flowers in full bloom right now. And over here, these are my dahlias right here. And I got more dahlias here, more dahlias over here. You know, people say you can't grow dahlias in Savannah. Well, I'm growing dahlias and they're just gorgeous at this time. So, and of course, the daylilies are in full bloom at this time too. So keep an eye on that. I'll be posting a video shortly on the Heavenly Backyard Garden. But until then, keep an eye on the weather. But this weekend, Saturday looks gorgeous. Get out there and enjoy it. And Sunday, late in the afternoon, early evening, we might have some more of those showers and thunderstorms, and get ready for each and every day of those afternoon showers and thunderstorms all of next week. So with that being said, have a happy weekend. See you later. Bye.